What's up? Come on, I know it's the end of the day. Come on, you can do better than that. What's up? It's loud. Can we turn this mic down? Because my voice will carry. Trust me. So, Peter Thiel asked you guys about which disaster you're most afraid of from technology and innovation. And I am afraid of global warming and nuclear war, but I got to tell you, the Terminator thing freaks me out. Like, seriously, like, that's not a good look. So if we could take care of that and all the other problems, that'd be great. The thing is, he asked a group of individuals, right? And my thing is, if you asked, in my experience, if you asked a bunch of corporate conglomerates what they're most afraid of about innovation, they would probably say they are afraid of the power dynamics shifting away from them because of innovation. All right, so then they come to me and they say, Sekou, we need you to, use your voice to help introduce us to this new demographic, these new folk that are receiving all of our power. And this is the piece this is who I introduced them to. This is the first pillar of the TEDx conference recap, innovation. I'm going to attempt to explain this as plainly as possible. You have now entered the age of consumer climate control. We decide something's hot, hope you dress light. We say it's cool, hope you like ice. Resistance is futile. It is a custom-made to-order life now, navigated by a generation born in cyberspace with unbound places to go and people to interface with. So face it, the old model has been replaced with the new matrix. And I know adaptation is tough to taste quick, but okay, I need you guys to keep up, okay? Keep up. See, look, while the dinosaurs were clinging to obsolete models, recycling celebrations of antediluvian creations, we were having hot, passionate relations with change, positioning ourselves to inherit the crown. So, folks, there's a new sheriff in town, the result of a customer coup, a digital defiance. Welcome to Consumer 2.0, changing the laws of supply and demand to supply on demand. We want what we want, how we want it, and we want it now. So you guys really got to keep up, okay, people? Keep up. We take our radio by satellite, our videos by mail, our stereos mobile and small enough for ourselves. We got heroes with sidekicks, reporters who blog. We harvest our BlackBerries. We shuffle iPods, while your job has changed from sole provider to caterer. So you might as well scratch no substitutions, please, off your menu, because today we want a venti zebra white mocha soy latte, ad shop, no foam, whip, and a sleeve. And tomorrow, we might just want a yoo-hoo. I really need you to keep up, guys, okay? Keep up. And look, you stay heavy in your head, but light on your feet. Up with our tempo and down on our beat. And remember, if we decide to televise this evolution, it will not be broadcast in your space, but podcast from mine. As I tweet news, Skype calls, and stream college degrees online, and PayPal foreign aid online, and fight for human rights online, and paint digital pictures online that will refuse my left and right mind. See, we order global access like pizza. And if it's not delivered in 45 minutes or less, you will pay for it with your market share. I really can't believe that you still think this is your lecture and not our conversation. See, our mama warned us not to talk to strangers, so we will claim you as family not by your response, but by your respect. If you want to earn our loyalty, then I strongly suggest you remember the protocol of the current administration. Do not ask, how can I help you, unless you genuinely mean it, unless you plan to listen with your R&D, but respond from your very soul, because it's our world now. It's our time now. You better get some sunglasses, baby, because it's our shine now. And we will not dumb down, so you better smarten up. We will not come down, so you better reach up. We will not slow down. So if you need to speed up, please hit your power song button and keep up, world. Keep up. Apparently, innovation can't keep up with me. You know what I mean? I'm moving too fast even for my headset.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Did my tape fall off? Because if it is, that's probably going to happen again. All right. That's all right. I can flow. I can work with it.
Sorry.
I got people, too. So moving to the second pillar, of the TEDx conference. I'm feeling very taken care of right now. This is feeling very supported. The second pillar, this is bad, right? You're like, really? That was mean. But you did a good job, though. Thank you. I'm good now. The second pillar is social, right? So the companies are like, yeah, okay, Sekou. So look, we understand it now. We got who it is that this consumer is that we're supposed to be talking to. But now we're also a little confused on how we should be talking to each other, right? Because we're businesses, we got all these separations and the dynamics and distance and professionalism and, technology's in the way. And so we're not afraid of the Terminator, we're afraid of the communicator, right? So this is the response to them. This is to teach you all how to talk to each other. So here we are. Me at my desk, you at yours, surrounded by these four walls. And all we really want is a room with a view. What we too often get is a view of a room. Boardrooms that have seen too much of us. Airport terminals and hotel rooms that we navigate by heart. We are adults now and busy and working and tired and can't talk to each other and mustn't stop for each other. And we walk congested city blocks and collide into each other without ever really touching each other, without ever crossing each other's borders and pulling back each other's curtains. For we are certain we already know all there is to know about each other, and that is that we are each others. Me at my desk, you at yours. And all we seem to share between us are these four walls, this inbox stuffed with emails, this Rolodex of cards, this mouth full of unfulfilled promises to call. Let's shake hands. Let's get together. Let's do lunch. Let's do coffee. Here's my Facebook. Here's my LinkedIn. Here's my Space. Friend me. Here's my Google. Here's my Twitter. Here's my Bing. Find me. Here's my need. Here's your role. Here's my card. Call me. Here's my card. Call me. Here's my card. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. Look, the truth is, you probably know my email by heart and have probably forgotten my name. And I've likely, can't really blame because I've likely done the same. It doesn't matter. I'm just average Joe. You're merely Jane Doe. Last quarter's hero, this quarter's zero. We're defined within the lines of graph columns and rows, identified by acronyms and logins and logos. It matters not who I am, only what I can do. And more specifically, what can I do for you from within these cubicles that render me colorblind, and these buttoned-up presentations and collars and clients, and this clock that plays tortoise when it's close to quitting time, yet emulates the hair when I'm against the deadline, and this nameplate, this sign, this wall, this line, you at your desk and me at mine, and this business card that is trying to define me till I check on the back side, and the blankness reminds me that the front, it's just the front, right? It is merely the exposition, right? The forward to this novel of me, the intro to my story, but the back, that's where our lines can get blurred and our walls dissolve, and we find the cohesion in who we are, the union of our stories, the simple everyday experiences that bond us. Fresh cut grass beneath bare feet. Right? That's what. Monday morning snooze buttons and snooze buttons and snooze buttons and snooze buttons. Sick days called in with fake coughs, playoff tickets in hand. Right? Silent prayers before job interviews. Silent prayers about sick loved ones. All right? Praying for that feeling of hope that can conquer all fear. Right? Hope in healthcare, right? Or the power of self-care, the power of self, right? Social movements, social networks, right? Social securities and insecurities, the challenges of our responsibilities, fathers with children, wives at the office, the most crucial board presentation of the year, and can't stop thinking of his voice on the phone, her face when she's sleeping, children's laughter down the hallway. We told her we would be there again. And the conference call went late again, and she stood up from that piano, desperately searched the recital audience for a glimpse of us, and held back tears during her bow again. I know it sounds crazy, but what if this is the me that's embossed on the back of my business card? And if we took a second to look closer, we find what's shared in who we are. You know, I know, it sounds crazy, but what if we didn't get so stuck on the front, so folks didn't get so stuck on our front, and we handed out, here's what I care about, instead of here's what I want? I know, it's crazy, but what if, instead of, let's shake hands, let's get together, let's do lunch, let's do coffee, it was let's make plans, let's work together, let's do better, call me. Let's do better, call me, friend me, find me. And what if we did? What if we found each other? What if I found you, if for no other reason than to tell you my story and for you to tell me yours, to re-zone your comfort while you kick open my doors, till we rediscover each other beyond the handshake, behind the card, and we swap our visions and share our struggles and exchange our hearts. I mean, let's be done with business as usual. Let us redefine business as mutual. Take me off your Rolodex. Put me on your calendar. Take competition from between us. Let us become challengers. For the challenge is not to win, but to win-win. Imagine how business would change if we filled the backs in. And when we ask each other, how are you? What could we learn if we really cared? When we have a chance to be vulnerable, what could we gain if we weren't so scared? When a new chapter to our story is written, how would we grow if we'd only share? When we hand each other our fronts, what if we didn't stop there? I know, it's crazy. But what if? Thank you. So I'm going to speed through and give you one last piece to close out the trilogy of TEDx, as it is magnificently entitled. We've learned how to talk to, the people that we're trying to sell to or communicate to. We learn how to talk to each other. But the question is, it still requires us to change, and we have to make change. We're trying to figure out how to make change here. That's the third pillar of TEDx. And, not to get all Gandhi and be the change you want to see, but if you want to make change, you do have to sort of create change within yourself first, right? So you got to figure out how to change you before you can change the world. And so this is the piece that answers the question, well, where do we learn? Who do we go to find out the best ways? What are the experts? Who are the experts and the resources that we go to find out how to make change, right? So this is the easiest one because we all know this expert. And before I finish, I want to thank TEDx for this opportunity to share my words and my voice with you all. Thanks to Ron and Gary and Andre and Daniel Kraft and all the supporters of me that continue to allow me to share my voice with you guys. This mic is going to come off during this piece, I know. I know it. You'll know why in a moment. It is without fail. Ron, when mingling at any dinner party, my route of casual conversation with women inescapably leads to the final question of the night she will care to ask me. How many kids do you have? My answer is always 32, all from different mothers. I tend to leave these dinner parties by myself. However, when fellow educators ask me, how many students do you have? My answer is always, one. I don't know about you, but I get paid to learn. I have 32 of the best fifth grade teachers a district salary can afford, and each day we trade secret lessons like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? I offer them organizational techniques like Venn diagrams. Remember Venn diagrams? Yes? Yes, conjoin two circles of separate information and see what is shared in the intersecting space. And they remind me to practice what I teach. When I come to work grumpy after last night's argument with my girlfriend, they are quick to point to the class rules. Well, Mr. Andrews, did you listen when others were speaking? Raise your hand, play fair. Did you show respect? Bring enough for everyone to share. Did you clean up your play area? No. Did you clean up your play area? Huh? And these lessons, they're not confined to my classroom either. Godchildren and neighbors, students and nieces, each child in our lives is heaving with curriculum. The younger, the educator, the shrewder, more embarrassing the lesson on simplifying. When they see me struggling with some overcomplicated adult task and offer juvenile suggestions like, hey, how come you don't just do it like this? Right? You know we can't stand that when they say that because they don't, I'm just saying they don't know, right? Because you know it's inappropriate. Right, because when they grow up, I don't know. How come I don't just do it like this? So like a big kid being educated by little adults, I sit in the front row and I let them learn me something. Last week, my teacher modeled for me the uniform of courage. She wore roller skates for the first time and a firm grip on her mother's thigh and said, take notes. This is how you dress for risk. Today's lesson was on sharing. Apparently, Caden's mom makes the best bologna sandwiches, while Brent's dad packs the best snacks. So take notes, they tell us. If we pool our resources, we can each of us eat like kings. And despite occasionally discovering that peanut butter and Miracle Whip don't actually work well together, at least we've also discovered that we do. And tomorrow, like clockwork, Naomi will make up with Denise after their weekly tetherball fight. And not because she can't still kick Denise's butt, or because she actually cares about being uninvited to Denise's stupid slumber party, which apparently she didn't really want to go to anyway, but because she's trying to teach us that recess is too precious to spend alone. So the victory, it ain't always worth the war. But this is before Brent will taste prejudice, before Denise will mimic hatred, before adults will seduce them into wars without cause, leaders without laws, religions without God. This is before my students will come to me confused after American history class where they're told there are no dumb questions, except for ones about Thanksgiving and genocide, founding fathers and slave owners, or any of our great nation's little unmentionables that were already mentioned in the bottom right-hand corner of page 12, which we're not going to have time to cover this year. This is before my nephew will engage in his coloring book with a colorblind eye, struggling to find himself in this box of Crayolas and desperate to understand why he's not really yellow like he's told to color mommy and not so brown like he's supposed to color daddy, but will too quickly assimilate to the politics of crayons. This is before I will spend more time unteaching what they would learn than learning what they could teach. This is now. This is me on the couch griping about foreign policy while my goddaughter bounces with glee in front of a TV screen showing foreign citizens celebrating liberation or something. And granted, she, like most of us, don't know liberation from imperialism, but she does know dancing. And dang it, if there are people getting their boogie on in the TV, you better believe she's going to drop her toys and join them. People who she don't know, to whose land she may never travel, of whose politics she is not concerned with. What concerns her is that the music is playing and the people are celebrating, and she is looking back at me with a frown on her face, thinking to herself, what in the world is wrong with you? It's obviously time to dance. And she is right. It is time to dance. It is time to let go of fear's leg and learn to risk on each other. It's time to embrace every crayon but think outside the box. It's time to show respect, bring enough for everyone to share, and clean up our global play area. It is time to tell Denise, yes, I do want to come to your party, and you are welcome at mine, and you can dress how you like, and pray how you like, and think how you like, and love how you like. People, it ain't that hard. Just take these overcomplicated adult solutions to intolerance and injustice and just do it like this. Conjoin these circles. We so desperately try to keep separate when the best that we could do is be connected. So I stay perpetually invested with the best kids I've affected, who blessed me with the secret lessons of Venn diagrams, taught me to intersect our human collective. And now I am 14-year-old Taylor Warnett. World peace with straight A's and 6 billion MySpace friends who insist on asking dumb questions until your answers get smarter. You better get ready. I am 5-year-old Omari Benjamin, a single blade of grass with a Dora the Explorer briefcase who can't wait to spark wildfires. You better stand back. I am 9-month-old Taya Wilson. Revolution in size 1 sneakers. And governments tremble at the pounding of my imminent footsteps. You better watch out. I am